What is going on, y'all? This is your boy Saint Irving. Today we're going to be going over White and whether or not he's a skin or an echo character. Now, I know some of you may not be familiar with what an echo character is. To explain, in various games like Tekken, Street Fighters, and even Smash Bros. Ultimate, you'll see that there are echo characters or characters that are similar, almost mirrored characters. They're heavily based on another character, sharing similar moves, animations, and playstyles, but with slight differences. Sound familiar? It should. Now, if you look at characters from Smash Bros, you'll see that Ken is very similar to Rui, but he has unique kicks and a different hitbox property. So that makes him very similar, but also different, and they call that an echo character. And also with Street Fighter, you have Evil Rui, where he is a little bit more aggressive when it comes to it, and he also has more strikes than the regular Rui. When you look at Tekken, you have King, and then you have Armor King. You also have Peach and Daisy, who are also mirror characters. So you've got various examples to show you that mirror characters or echo characters do exist, and a lot of times, you know, they are there to kind of buff up the roster. I'm not gonna lie. They tend to share the same movesets, have slightly different attributes sometimes, maybe have a different frame in how they start or how they end. And so there isn't gonna be too much of a difference, but it's not to say that there aren't their own characters or they aren't a different slot. There's a difference between a skin, which is typically purely cosmetic. There are certain skins that on accident, not intentionally, will cause the character to have a different hitbox or, you know, things of that nature, but that's usually based on the cosmetic value that's created that situation, not the actual intention of the devs. And so that's something to consider when you're talking about skins. Now, this isn't a zero-sum situation because there are some skins, like for example in Sparking Zero, where Android 18 did change one ability because she changed skins. It is a little bit very gray right now. It's just, I don't think it is the part yet where we can confirm that White is only a skin. This would be a very interesting type of skin because unlike Ichigo's Shihakusho that's red, that doesn't change anything. That doesn't change his moveset at all. It doesn't change his transformation, doesn't change his key cone move, his attack style, none of that. But you're telling me that I'm supposed to believe that White is a skin? Even though he has a different image up top? I do understand that he definitely had the name that says Ichigo Kurosaki, but to me, that tells me that's more so a story mode situation. Because a lot of times in story mode, for example, it will have question mark until Ichigo finds out who they are or the character that's speaking to them has introduced them. And so with that in mind, at that time, Ichigo did not know who White was. And so we have to keep that into consideration when we're telling a story and story mode. If we're going to include Thousand Year Blood War arc, in that arc, they talk about how White is actually Zangetsu. During that time, from Ichigo's perspective, White is not Zangetsu. So therefore, they're not going to put Zangetsu. They're going to say he's another Ichigo. And in the description of the bio, it says that he is another Ichigo. So from all of that understanding, he conceptually is another Ichigo. But in reality, he's his own character and has his own image, has similar but different movesets, has a different key cone move, and is an echo character. So yes, he is going to be a little bit similar, but not the same. There's a very big difference between similar and same. So with that in mind, when you look at his quick attack, you'll notice that there is a slight difference in animation. The first two strikes are the same, where, let's see, with Ichigo, okay, so with Ichigo, we see here that he'll first slash left and then finish it off at the end going downward. However, when we look at White, we notice he does not do that. In his animation, he twists in a circle and follows it up upward. So you'll see that it's the same square, 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 square. It's all quick attacks. But what happens is that for Ichigo, he's going downward. And with White, he's going upwards. And he's also spinning after his third strike. There it is. So we get to see that the animation is different. So just being technical here, you can say they're similar, but to say they are the same would just be inaccurate. That's being said, it's still time will tell if it's a skin that changes the Kiko move, the quick attack, the movement. It's a lot to change for a skin, I would say. I would really think that this is more so an Echo character. And actually something to notate that I found really fascinating was that when you look at White, he can almost do a 360. I don't really see any characters doing this, but when you look at him, when he turns his back, he's almost doing a 360. He's like, look right there. It just looks like he's turning his back, almost like you can do a 360 degree. Now I've slowed down the frames right there. He doesn't do a complete 360. The frame changes him to where he's in a different direction, but it's just about 360 degrees. So I do think that's an interesting thing that we haven't seen before. So all that to say, his movement is completely different in how he runs, how he walks, etc. His Kiko move is brilliant, looks amazing, and that's kind of the playstyle I was more so expecting from him, where he can use the cloth. He's a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more wild and erratic. I pictured him more so like a berserker, and really they could still change his stats. He almost seems a little bit faster, but I could just be, coping and seeing that. I'm not ruling out the idea of a skin. I'm just basically saying that we shouldn't rule out the fact that he's potentially still in the game, potentially a different character, so to speak, more so an Echo character, so similar but different. And I think that would be a good compromise where he's not a completely different character, but he's also not the exact same. It's easy to do. It doesn't cost too much because you're using some of the same elements, and so it kind of ends up being a cheap character they can make off of the original character. And really, I really like White as, another character. I'm not really working off the deficiency that if we get one character, we're not suddenly going to get another character. This could just be an easy add to where, hey, this is easy to make. A lot of people love him. For some people, this is their favorite character. So he is surely popular, and I think he deserves a spot. But again, that's my opinion. I know not everyone's going to agree. And even in the VA episode, we had a bunch of disagreements in the comment section. So I don't expect everybody to agree with this, but I do hope you can understand my take. And you guys let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. This has been your boy Saint Irving. I hope you enjoyed this breakdown. And if you enjoyed, please consider subscribing. I'll be doing more of these videos and others soon. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.